Okay, well, luckily I got 2 of these to do. Okay, well, luckily I've got 2 of these to do because I just laid this whole piece up, and I thought the GoPro was recording, but of course it wasn't. I'm not exactly thrilled with this GoPro. My camera, I know it's recording when it's on. So I just laid this whole thing up and finished it and talked through the whole thing and the whole process. And of course, the GoPro wasn't recording when I took it off. So luckily I've got the second one to do. So what we'll do is we'll do the second one. But this one here turned out really nice. It's got 3 layers on it. I found out how much to use. The roller is what you use in the very end, which pulls out your excess epoxy. And you can see the texture of the cloth, and that, well, actually you can feel that when you're done. And that's basically, you almost couldn't use any less epoxy to make that. Just the vacuum forming, I think, wouldn't yield me a net benefit versus how much it costs for the material to do the bagging. So anyway, when we come back, we'll do the second one, and that will be the whole thing on how to do what I showed you on the first one, and I'll just talk through that one. But luckily my throat's sore, so I need to get something to drink anyway. So we'll do the second one when I come back. Okay, ready for round 2 here. Maybe, if I don't die. So let's see, what did we figure last time? It was, that's weird, the numbers are on this one. So 120, 60, 180. Okay, let me get my gloves on. So that 360 over there is way too much. Way too much. I'm thinking this 120, 60, and 180 for both of them is going to be plenty. So, and I don't want to use the same cups again. The brush is fine right now. So let's go 120 with the resin, and what I'll do is I'll pour it out of the other one here. I'm going to go 120. Why is that 10? Oh well, so I was going to go 130. Okay, so there's 132. So what I do is use my finger like a dipping and get it out of there. And so there's 130, which is actually 120. So what I want to do now is add 60. Excuse me. I want to add 60 of my hardener, and then we're going to do that again. So let me get this off here, and we're going to add another, this one here. I'm going to tear this out this time. Okay, so we're going to make another one, 120, and hopefully that will be enough to finish with some extra. And take what's in these cups back out. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so that's 103, so we're going to go 120. I hope it's enough to finish both of them, or finish it, all the layups. Okay, so there's 120. All right, so hopefully 120 and 120 will be exactly enough to do these. All right, so now on the resin, we need to put in 60. So what you can do is you can tear it back out and go to 60, or you can go to 180. So I'm going to 60 on this one. Come on, really? All right, 60. There we go. Now, we're going to put on our gloves, which is weird that I forgot to put this second glove on. All right, now, we're going to take our poppy sickle stick here, and we're going to mix this up. We're going to start the second layup, and this time it'll be on camera, which is good. I'm thinking a piece of foam in front of the microphone on this, or maybe even a remote microphone. I think you can get a remote microphone. Or something. I don't know. I just don't like the breathing on. But sometimes I run up and down the steps, and then I come down and get right on. So that has something to do with it. Let me see this brush. That's fine. All right. So now we're gonna basically start just like it's like I've done this once. I'll do it again. You coat the part with the epoxy, and pretty liberally, so that your first layer of glass cloth will stick to it. And I use a 9.97 ounce glass cloth, and I use 3 layers of that. So that's what and it's bad because I can't get it from the same place I buy my resin from, so I have to buy it from somewhere else. So I have to pay shipping, and the resin's expensive to get, or the epoxy is expensive to get shipped. It's considered hazmat. I don't know why, but whatever. So anyway, so I pay for shipping for 2 different things that I could get probably combined and save a little money, but it's all part of it. So anyway, I'll coat this, and the edge is really good. And then I'm going to take the glass cloth and lay it on top of it, and then that also helps hold it, so you don't have to sit there and fight it sliding around, because it really won't slide once it hits this epoxy. And I don't know why. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I tried to use chopped strand one time, and I had no idea. But it would not absorb into chopped strand, and I thought, well, it's fiberglass cloth. I mean, it's like cloth cut up. But for some reason, I don't know. I never tried it again. I don't know if it was. I just don't know. But I could not get it to absorb into the excuse me, into the chopped strand to save my life. So I never tried that again. So we're gonna come over here and get the cloth and start out at this end over here, which is the hardest end, and make sure it's turned correctly as it goes. The 2 cut ends go to the top. So I'm gonna lay it just like that. It kind of has a little direction that it wants to lay in, and you'll have your overlap, you know, it's kind of the same every time. So when you lay one up, the rest of them should kind of fall in to that same pattern. And I think I just laid that in there backwards. I did. Okay, so same difference. This end goes right just like that. Same way I had it, just kind of upside down and backwards. So just like that. That one goes like that. And then what you want to do is you want to make sure you don't have a pocket down here. That's the main thing, is on that curve. Because if you do, you'll be stretching the cloth, and it'll give you an air pocket that you don't want. So now you just take the long end and you just lay it up on there, and it's gonna have to be cut, but that's okay. So you lay it up here just like so. And there's plenty of extra so that you don't have to fight it of the cloth. I thought one time I'll just do it exact. Well, that was an exact mistake. So there you go. Now get the scissors. What I've got to do is cut a couple reliefs in it. Otherwise it'll try to pull really tight. So you just bring that down like that, like so, and try to, there you go. Beautiful. All right, and that's that pull right there I was talking about. You gotta be careful with that. Make sure you don't have stress on it, or it'll pull out on you in the middle of when you're finished, it'll it'll bubble right there. So there you go. Now there's some triangle pieces that I made, and they're right here. And where they go is they go up here and fill this gap, and you don't want too much, so you just use what you need to fill the gap in. So there's that, and then you got that gap there. And then there's one little bitty at the bottom. I had some small ones, but I don't have any right now. So you can just take this big one and make a small one. And it goes right there. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to coat this. But what I want to do is get these coated so that they start to absorb and stick, because there wasn't a whole lot there for them to stick to. All right, so get those done. Just add a little bit to them and they'll stick. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to coat the rest of this. And I do the top first, get the edge. Just the way I do it. I'm probably doing it wrong, but it works. And I sell parts, and so I'm happy. And during this thing we are having, that you can't say from what I understand, I'm still working, so my job's considered essential. So I do this on my off days, and sometimes I just don't feel like doing it. Work all week, and so, but I got motivated this weekend and decided to make the parts and buy a GoPro and make videos, and I'm just going to do it all. So I hate these cups dripping. Gosh, I hate the drips. But it's like, where are you dripping from? That's the question. It's like, I'm spinning it, and it's still dripping. So this will be enough to do this. And we'll put the second layer on it. And I want to make sure I'm recording still. That really upset me last time. Make the whole piece. Think I'm talking and doing what I'm supposed to do, and the camera's not doing what it's supposed to do. It's annoying. And the funny thing is, when you're making these, you know, it doesn't take that long, and then you finish them, and you're like, well, I could have had them done if I just went down there and did them. It's just one of them things that you have to be motivated, and you just, I don't know. Maybe with this thing we got going on and everything else, it's just been, you just don't want to do it. But I'm here, I'm doing it. I got motivated, so I hate this cup dripping. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go get our next piece, and we're going to lay it in up on here. And I'm going to put a couple of these little triangle pieces, make them a little smaller. Maybe make one out of that one. Make one out of this one. To cover up this little gap right here. And there's another little gap somewhere. Right here. Yep. Okay, now we go get our other piece.